Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of The First Watch. My name is Andrew Coons. I'm the Dungeon Master for our adventures. We are very excited to be welcoming Darby back to the table after a couple weeks away, but unfortunately are without a Joe. Tonight, we are only allowed to have one artificer at this table, it seems, but hopefully next time we'll have everybody together. We'll see if we can break the curse. We're going to bounce around, introduce ourselves for those of you who may be joining us for the first time. And I'm going to start by throwing it to KC.
What's up, guys? I'm Casey. I'm playing Uranus, the half-elf Bardlock. You can find me on Twitter still at Casey McNeil. I'll pass it to Dana.
Hey, I'm Dana. I'm playing Artemis Valor, Asimara Wizard, and you can find me on Twitter at A Bit Meddlesome, and I'll pass it to Darby.
Hi, hello. My name is Darby, otherwise known as Chaotic Darby on the internet, and I am playing Peony finally after so long. And I will throw it to Blake.
Andrew did Peony better, but that's another story. Hi, everybody. I'm Blake. I play Broker Storkburger. That was a joke. We're definitely glad to have Darby back. I'm on Twitter as well. I want to be cool. I'm on Twitter. You can find me at Blake C. Francis. And yeah, excited for tonight. I guess the last but definitely not the least, I'm Cheryl, who's, not tired.
No, not at all. I'm totally fine. And so is my character, Pry, the Tiefling Rogue. And you can find me on the internet as the Roving Naturalist and running the Nature Check project. Pry does not have a Twitter account. Back to you, Andrew.
But should she? Should they?
Oh my gosh.
I've seen people do that. It's fun.
Reviews.
Oh my
Our character's Twitter.
Book reviews.
Every once in a while, there's just a random lock-picking set review, and it's just something I was interested in.
A lock-picking lawyer, but set
I was
in
just going to
D&D.
say it. The lock-picking lawyer.
I may have to check that out. I don't know what that is.
A good channel.
Cool.
You could smash this lock with 3 doubloons.
All right. Well, we are going to jump right into things. But before we do that, please make sure to like and subscribe. Follow us on the socials. Check out our merch shop where you can get some cool shirts and stickers and all that sort of good stuff. And without any further ado, we'll dive into tonight's episode of The First Watch. Well, last time we left off, the balancers were dealing with the city of Floros being very out of balance to some degree with a power vacuum, having killed off Brobat Grapefruit, the head of the Three Blades. The party now finds themselves hiding out from the town guard, who are investigating and trying to figure out what happened, although you did find out from Azure that the guard is looking for someone, but does not know it's you. They don't have your likenesses, they don't have descriptions, or anything like that. They just know there was a fight and Brobat's dead, so we're trying to figure out what happened. You also decided to split up and do some research on a couple different things, as well as do some spell crafting. The research was brought about by the fact that you were all confronted by Uranus's patron. Fred himself made himself known after you all had decided to maybe not go to the tower and complete his task after Grokus's divination spell presented a dire omen. Fred came clean and said that he is actually the trapped form of the trickster goddess Pro. And that when all the gods were kind of sealed away from the world after Chenadine, the god of death, slew Adeline, the god of life, and the gods didn't want to meddle anymore, that Pro was kind of caught up in all of that and wants to return to the world and needs your help in order to do so. Y'all called BS on that and said, no, you will not be helping, at which point Pro said that they would be maybe looking for other means to get what they want if they can't get it from Uranus and from all of you. You did some research where Malachite found out that Pro was mentioned as the silent trickster goddess who helped set the boundaries. And so you all deduced from that, well, if she helped set the boundaries, why would she be saying that she was caught up behind them? From there, decided to not believe Fred's story.
And there was something else. What was that? What was the other? There was another.
Was
thing?
it that her greatest trick is when all of the gods become mortal?
That was something that was said. Yep. So an interesting.
That is something that was said.
Oh, and that was
such
also
a lawyer response.
That was also her goal. And one of the two of them found that would be her greatest trick, and the other one found something about it being her goal, or somehow that was what was worded.
Meanwhile, Grokus and Artemis worked together to turn Schrubert into a proper familiar using the Find Familiar spell, at which point Schrubert manifested as a hawk and was promptly named Shrewbird and flew out to have a little spin around the city with the newfound wings and freedom. So as we pick up today, Darby, Peony, Uranus, and Malachite are all in the library researching. And Grokus and Artemis, you are... Oh, that's a great question. Does Shrewbird have leaf feathers? If you want to flavor it that way, that would be pretty dope.
I was going to say he can choose to. So it's up to Shrewbird. Depending on the situation, he definitely can choose to go for more leaf.
Kind of like a Leafeon evolution.
Yes. Yes.
And awesome. Root talons.
So you leaf it up to him.
Really branching out.
So Artemis, make a nest in the pot,
and Pry are all back at Daisy May's warehouse, where we will pick up today. So as Shrewbird kind of flies out and does a little spin around, and you wait for him to return, what are you all doing? Anything else that you want to accomplish here? It's about mid-afternoon. You got a couple hours till the sun starts to come down.
Groke's just wiping his face still. Instead of being overcome with emotions, like, well.
You okay?
Yeah, there's just nice. Just cool to see, I guess you could say.
Was there anything else that you wanted to learn since you have me?
Well, maybe we can go over some cantrips, and they're called later. I'm still trying to decide. I've been learning a little bit more. Just so later on, I'm still trying to pick through. There's so many. So
yeah.
It's hard to kind of balance out which ones are the best, which are the worst. So I could definitely use a hand later on.
No problem. Was there like a particular reason that you wanted to dig a little bit deeper into magic, or at least my hand of magic?
Well, just from seeing you do it and just getting closer to Enter, I'm seeing more connection between, I guess, you could say religion and magic. Like, I think they're more connected than what people may think. And there's definitely a balance between the two. So just I guess just being inspired by using what you've been able to do with magic, it's kind of inspired me to look into it more and kind of give a deeper connection to it. And through that, I've been able to find a deeper connection to Enter. So, I owe that to you, just from kind of following in your footsteps. And you were a fantastic teacher, by the way. So appreciate it.
It's kind of, Artemis goes a little bit misty-eyed at that. Thank you, Grokus. And she's just gonna kind of sit down and like pop open her book and start reading.
Oh, Grokus, give you a hug before that.
Okay.
Because he's short. Yes.
She's just gonna like awkwardly pat. And sit down and do some reading.
All right. Pride, what are you doing during all of this?
I think she sort of like watches that with a little smile and waits for like an opening that's not awkward. And is like, I was going to go out and get myself some new clothes with fewer O's in them. Can I pick up anything for the two of you?
Well, I could go with some prune juice if you could, or maybe just some pruned, like just some prunes in general would be kind of nice.
Okay.
Balance, the more physical kind, but otherwise, no, I'm good.
I mean, despite him being a criminal, I wouldn't mind some baked goods from Tasser's. Those cookies are delicious.
Okay.
Why are you tempting me with those?
Oatmeal raisin, come on.
Wait, I'm not wasting my money on Tassa's oatmeal raisin cookies.
They are delicious.
They're amazing, though.
Excuse me, oatmeal raisin cookies are great. An oatmeal raisin cookie.
Come on.
Fry will walk out of the retirement home.
Rude.
I mean, they might be the two oldest people in the party. So.
They are. Yeah.
Actually, yes, we are.
And I guess go up to the top shelf to do the shopping first.
Top shelf. Okay. So
yeah.
Nice part of town. You make your way to the top shelf, kind of with as much dignity as you can muster, kind of with your torn and burnt clothes and everything.
Well, so she had like a change of clothes in her bag, but it's nice to have more than one. And she had already mended the coat
into something. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So in that
I'm
case,
going shopping on the top shelf in like destroyed
I was hoping for kind of like a Pretty Woman moment where like everybody was like looking down on you, and then you were like, ha. So, all right. So in normal attire, you head to the top shelf and ask around a little bit, and you get kind of a recommendation for a tailor kind of clothes shop place called the Graceful Dress. And upon going there, you see just kind of like this very small shop. It's maybe about half as wide as most of the other ones. And in the window, there are a couple mannequins set up with both traditionally men and women's clothing kind of on display, somewhat formal attire, maybe what we would consider semi-formal. And then upon opening the door, there's a little jingle from a little bell that's up top. And as you walk in, there's an immediate scent that hits you of burning incense. And as you look about everything in here, there's almost a sound dampening that happens because there's just cloth everywhere. And there are these large bolts that are all up over the wall. And it gets very quiet and very still. And it's kind of calming. And you also know that this is the sound of money. Money is quiet with this much kind of fabric and whatnot all about. As you walk in, though, there is a kind of an older woman, a halfling woman, who's kind of tucked in a corner, got her hair up in a little gray bun, and she is just stitching kind of very calmly, but very fast. And just kind of looks up and gives you a little smile and goes right back to what she's doing.
Hello. Is the proprietor in? Or who do I speak to about purchasing some items?
Oh, sorry, dear. Hold on. Don't want to lose count.
Of course not.
Lavius will be out in a moment or two. Kind of goes back to what she's doing. Just super deft, like decades of experience type fingers as she goes and is working on kind of hemming in this dress that she's working on. Mm-hmm. You wait for a moment, kind of start browsing. There's a good variety in here in terms of color, although a lot of the style tends to have a little bit of that coastal feel, and a lot of it's in that semi-formal range. There's not like rough and tumble clothes here, and there's some higher formal stuff as well on display. After a little while, you just hear a little voice clear its throat behind you.
She turns. Hello?
You see before you a very small gnome boy. He looks to be maybe, if you could best guess, like 19, 21. Very young, wearing an impeccably tailored gray suit. Not overly flashy, but to anyone who knows its eye, like perfectly fitted, with a tiny little pin with a little flower on it, and a high collar that buttons with no tie or necktie or any sort. And he just has his hands kind of folded and a little smile on his face. He's like, "Welcome to the Graceful Dress, ma'am. How can I help you today? My name is Lavius."
It's wonderful to meet you. I had a little accident with my luggage while I was traveling, and I need some replacement items for my clothing. So I'm looking for a blouse, some trousers, and also a corset.
Of course. And he reaches up like slightly under his own suit coat, and from a hidden pocket whips out a tiny little notepad and a little pencil, and kind of begins looking at you and making a couple notes. And then he just says, "How many outfits will you be requiring?"
Just one set. My other clothes, as you can see, did survive, so.
They did. Will you be needing this for daytime or evening wear?
Daytime. I'm not super picky at the moment in terms of evening events and things like that. So
Certainly. I can assume then semi-formal rather than full formal.
yes, please.
Very well. And color.
Well,
palette, I should say.
yes, my preferred palette is much like what you yourself are wearing. I like reds and grays, blacks and whites.
Might I suggest something with a little more pop to it, just to contrast with the gray of your skin and the black of your hair?
I would always trust an expert.
Certainly. Kind of makes some notes, and then kind of gives you a look and says, "And what is your, shall we say, profession?"
Oh, I have not actually sort of chosen a career yet. I am taking a bit of a trip away from home to see the world and try to figure out what I would like to do with my life.
Very well. I will have something ready for you in 2 days' time.
That is wonderful. Thank you so much.
And Sharsa here will get your measurements before you leave.
Of course.
Thank you. And just turns around, kind of disappears into the aisles. The old woman stitches for another moment and then stops and kind of stands up. She's very hunched and shuffles over to you. Yep. And kind of goes through the whole process of up and down and kind of getting all of your measurements and writing those down. You're there for probably about 45 minutes total.
Yep. But Pry, like, she's done this so many times before, she just like does all of the moves and like turns every way that the lady needs without her asking.
Yep,
like,
kind of anticipating those movements. And within a couple of minutes, she's like, "You've done this before."
Of course.
Well, then this should go quickly. And kind of finishes you up. So you have an order placed with the graceful dress for a new set of clothes.
And while she was on the streets sort of finding this place, and also now that she's leaving to Tasser's is on the second shelf, right?
It is, yes.
Yeah. I guess she just wanted to sort of like keep an ear out to see like what the talk of the town is at the moment. If there's any like, is everybody just sort of like dealing with their own little gossip, or like are there any sort of themes running through the chatter?
Sure. Go ahead and make a perception check then.
Oh, good. I'm very not good at this.
It's 2. You keep finding yourself like just out of earshot of people, and as you try to sidle closer, it unfortunately you know becomes obvious that you're trying to listen, and people kind of give you that, like, and they move away or stop talking. And you don't pick up much of
after anything. That happens like twice, she just gives up. Yeah.
Can we say as Pry's walking, that you do notice a bird kind of fly kind of low, kind of swoop by near you, and kind of go back up. And so,
well, and she was there to see the transformation, right?
Yeah.
So she's sort of like,
you would recognize, yeah. So
Yeah.
he's gonna kind of swoop down and kind of just lightly kind of tap and keep flying.
nice.
Lands on your head for a moment. All right, so business on the top shelf complete. Are you doing anything else before heading back and meeting up at the warehouse?
The going to the second shelf to Tasser's,
yes,
to get cookies. And is there was a market where Grokus said something about prune juice that was on the lower shelf on the way
the
to
main
the
kind of bazaar type market would be on the first.
So I guess I'll go like Tassar's and then down to like the main marketplace and then back. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. As you enter Tassar's bakery, another little bell goes off, and you can see the man himself with a little more sweat and a little more sense of you almost get this vibe immediately that he's kind of like overworked or in the weeds, maybe is a better way of putting it. And he's kind of rushing from thing to thing, and you can see a couple impatient customers. And this is very odd for Tassar's. Tassar's is kind of a jovial place. He always seems to be ahead of his work. People hang out, and there's a sense of anxiety right now. So you kind of wait your turn, and you hear him kind of getting, and you hear him handing the order to the person in front of you. He's like,
sorry, had we previous times we'd been in, there weren't like other employees visible, right? It was only ever just him.
Every once in a while, you do see like a baker come out of the back.
Oh, okay.
Tassar tends to run the front,
right?
And then he does have one or two people that work with him in the back.
But he just seems frazzled running the front.
Exactly. Okay. Yep. Yeah. And he keeps going back to the back, and you hear muffled voices. You're not able to pick up exactly what he's saying, but like he keeps running back and talking to them frequently. So as you are kind of coming up in line, and he hands a bag of goods to the person in front of you, you just hear him say, "I'm so sorry it took so long. We are having to bring in flour from some of the other bakeries to make do today, and it's a logistical nightmare. I apologize so much. Everything's 25% off." And kind of goes through, taking their money and everything, and then you step to the front, and he sees you and goes, "Yes, you were in a couple times before with the halfling who loved donuts so much."
Yes.
What can I do for you? I apologize for any wait that may happen. We're dealing with a supply issue right now.
Oh, no, I'm so sorry to hear that. I mean, I would not be surprised by a wait here because you are the most popular bakery in the city, but is something wrong that you need?
No, nothing that you as a customer need to concern yourself with. What can I get you?
Oh, well, certainly some more donuts, and also some oatmeal cookies.
Oatmeal cookies, right?
Oatmeal raisin cookies,
right? Okay, and you hear him pop his head in the back and go, "Tobias, we need another dozen donuts and some of the oatmeal raisins, if you can." And you just hear it, "I'm doing the best I can," and like just this like high pitched voice like screaming back at him.
"I'm baking here.
I'm baking here." And he kind of turns back around. "It'll be just a few moments. Please excuse the wait. We'll get you those as fast as we quickly can."
Not at all. She'll step to the side so he can talk to other people. While she's waiting, is there's stuff on the counter, like display cases or whatever? Is there yeah,
there is. The display case itself is very sparse at the moment. And as far as things on the counter, there's a little scale, there's a little bell, there's a book where he kind of keeps notes, and then just random kind of packaging materials and a couple baking tools and things like that.
Mm-hmm. So I think she's gonna try to sort of look like she's just browsing, display case type stuff, and take something of hers, a small hairpin or something like that, and try to just sort of secret it away within the display case.
Okay, make a sleight of hand check.
15.
15?
Yeah.
Okay.
Even with disadvantage.
Let me roll for that real quick. Okay. Yeah, you take a small hairpin and just, you're kind of looking, just running your hands absentmindedly over stuff. And then do you want it on the top, or do you want it in the display case?
I sort of want it like someplace that it's not going to get noticed. So like hidden to the point where like, oh, even if somebody takes something off, like it's not necessarily going to be like, oh, and there's a hairpin, right?
Sure.
But also in such a way that like it's kind of central to the action.
Okay, so there's a little crack in between the actual display case and then like the rest of the desk, and you just kind of like push it down in there and wedge it in. It's kind of like center of the room, basically.
Okay.
So, tasks are, it's probably 20, 25 minutes, which is a long time to wait at the bakery, where you usually are just able to grab and go. But Tassar finally kind of brings out a big bag, and he's like, oh, here you are. I'm so sorry for the wait. Your donuts are in there, your cookies are in there, there's a few chocolate chip that we threw in, as well as a couple croissant in there as well, just for your weight and your troubles. That's going to be, well, normally it'd be 3 gold, but 2 gold is fine today.
Oh, not at all. Thank you so much. She hands over the 2 gold and heads out. Is there anything?
Head out,
oh yeah, I was going to say, is there anything like interesting about the clientele that's come in and out while she's been waiting?
Well, a couple folks have come in and, having not been served quickly enough, have left in a huff. And so by the point that you are done and about to leave, you are the only one in the building currently. A couple people were able to grab things that were already baked and prepared, but half the people that came in have just been like, I'm not going to wait 20 minutes, and that sort of thing. So before, as you turn to leave, Tassar goes, if you have a moment.
Yes.
Sorry to impose, and I apologize if I've got the wrong idea here, but I've seen you and your friends a couple times before. I know you've worked with that Daisy May girl who kind of has done some jobs for me in the past.
Yes, we've been around.
Are you looking for work? Potentially?
It kind of depends. I think, well, as you may have noticed, we're a large group, so I'm not sure what our plans are at the moment, but is there something specific?
So, the reason all of this is so crazy today, we've been having a problem with all of our, well, we do a big bake at the end of the night, for some things that'll keep well enough for the morning, gets ahead on things. And the last 3 nights, we've come in to find our storerooms just completely devastated by rats. We've brought in cats. We've laid traps. It has deterred, in fact, well, I hate to say this, but the cats that we brought in were found dead in the morning. These are not ordinary rats. It's either some sort of swarm or something else, but we're finding all of our food every morning eaten up, and so we've resorted to keeping some of the flour and other things in our homes, and then bringing it in order to not be destroyed in the night. But we're going on day 3 or 4 now, and it's starting to really just mess with business. And I'm wondering, I don't mean to insult you by saying, hey, can you kill some rats for me? But it feels like there might be something else going on here. But
it certainly sounds like it. Could you tell me a little bit more? Is when you say you discover everything eaten, like there is clear sign of rats, like shoe marks and droppings and whatever? Or
some of that, yes. Although however many rats there must be in here, I mean, it's eating dozens of loaves of bread and dozens of pastries every night.
But you never see the rats?
Well, a couple nights last night in particular, I had Tobias, my baker, stay the night, but unfortunately, fell asleep on the job. I don't blame him. He was worked hard the day before and was very tired. But we haven't been able to catch anything.
Is he telling me the truth about all of this story?
Make an insight check.
An 8.
An 8.
Man, disadvantage sucks.
You have a natural suspicion of him just based on what you know about him. But no, there's nothing that he particularly seems to be lying about.
Okay.
He volunteered all the information.
That's true. Yeah. Well, it certainly does not sound normal. I mean, is the sort of things that happens a lot in
we get mice or rats every once in a while. Every business does, but this is, I mean, again, this is
sort of unnaturally large amounts or very thorough, vigorous.
I would think I was being robbed, except for all the just mess that they leave behind, just the half-eaten bits and whatnot.
Well, if they are extraordinary rats, have you talked to the Realm Shield folks?
I'm sorry to laugh. No, I have not talked to the monster hunters about my rat problem.
So you think they are somewhere in between normal rats and monsters?
I don't know what to think. All I know is that my door's not broken down and nothing else is hurt other than the pastries and the baked goods we leave behind every night. It doesn't seem like a monster hunter problem, but it seems to be more than I've been able to handle at this point.
And the cats were killed.
And the cats were killed. Yes, that's where it started to get very odd. I know you have others in your group. Confer with them. If you're interested, come back, preferably tonight, but soon, and we can talk about what it might look like to what you need in order to take care of this problem.
Of course. Thank you for asking me. I'm glad to be able to help people when I can.
Certainly. And here, in the sign of good faith, he hands you your 2 gold back. He's like, pastries are on me.
Oh, thank you.
All right. Well, have a good rest of your day. I hope to hear from you soon.
Had that 2 gold gone anywhere?
He had collected it and it had disappeared somewhere, like into his apron or whatnot.
Okay. She'll keep them in a different pocket from all the rest of her money.
Okay. All right. So you head back down to the bazaar to get Grokus his prunes, which is easy enough to do.
Yep.
And as you make your way...
Since I'm in a different part of the town now, can I listen again to see if there's gossip?
Sure.
A big 6.
Still no luck, unfortunately. You try to strike up a conversation with someone, and you think you're doing it very kind of clandestine, oh, we're just going to talk about the weather, and they just they don't bite, and they just kind of meh, and move on.
Cool. Prune salesman isn't chatty.
No.
She goes home in defeat.
So as you're heading back to the warehouse, we're gonna fly our camera back up to the top shelf through the doors of the library. Aranis and Peony and Malachite, who is there, what are you all doing as you kind of wrap up research for the day?
Do I have to talk to Paige to check out the books, or can I just walk out with them? How does that work?
You get the feeling that you could walk out with them, but it's good form to kind of hey, Paige, I'm taking these ones.
Okay. Yeah, can I find Paige?
She's actually working in the stacks at the moment. She's not in her normal place, so you find her in a quiet corner. And you see a little cart that she's got full of books that she's reshelving. But you actually catch her cross-legged on the floor with one big book open in her face, just almost pressed into it. And you just see her kind of mumble reading to herself. And as you turn the corner and watch this, you stop for a moment, you're wondering, should I give her privacy? And you watch as she's talking, you watch all of a sudden her brown frizzy hair start to turn red. And then go straighter and longer and somehow tie itself into a braid down the back of her neck. And you watch as she grows in height a little bit. You could tell even from sitting, and her features become more kind of pointy and kind of defined. And she just continues to read, like making no mind of her physical change.
Can I disguise self into the exact same thing?
Oh, you bastard. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You gotta scope for a minute and then as best you can from that distance, take on that form.
Yeah, and then I'll walk around the corner and just say, reading anything good?
Do you try doing a different voice or do you just do your Uranus voice?
Ooh, what does this creature think? I use her voice because I can do that.
Oh, that's right. So you use Paige's own voice.
Yes.
Back at her.
Oh.
So you turn the corner and what do you say again?
Reading something good?
She kind of starts and looks up at you and then and then like realizes her own hair has changed, like and you see her like poof back into her normal form and then look at you and go
Yeah, I drop back into me.
Okay.
I'm sorry to startle you. I just thought it would be like a funny funny thing, you know?
No, that was yes. Oh boy. Wow, how did you okay.
You're not the only one who likes to turn into other people. No. A magic thing.
I see.
You know, I get it.
No, that's on me. I should keep better control over my changes when I'm at work. I shouldn't.
No, I mean it's amazing to see. It's awesome.
She kind of stands up and closes the book and like pushes it on the shelf real quick and stands in front of it. Like probably doesn't go there, but she's just like, hiding it real quick. And then kind of straightens her apron, her dress a little bit. And, is there something I can help you with?
I was just going to take these. Can I just have the one that Malachite also had with me? Yeah, I'm just going to say I was just going to take these 2 books.
Duly noted. Thank you so much for checking in with me. They will be due in a week by your hand or magically transported.
Awesome. While she's talking, can I try to peek what her book was?
She's standing right in front of it. So you can, but you're going to have to be pretty shifty.
No, it's fine. Oh, no. Yeah, I'll just say thank you. And I hope you have fun reading whatever that was. I don't know if you have a boss, but maybe find a better corner so you don't get caught.
Oh, no, that was I was just making sure there were no kid had checked it out. Didn't want to make sure they didn't scribble, and right. And she grabs the card and keeps shelving books up and like doesn't look at you.
Yeah. And then I go find Peony.
Okay. Malachite is helping you with kind of reading something. Peony. He first turns the book right side up, and then is helping you kind of sound out some words and stuff.
Bat. Is that what it says?
That's very good. Yeah.
Rats.
No, that's not an R. There's a G in there in front of it.
Grat.
Nope. GN.
Oh, that's a tough one. That's a tough
GNAT.
one.
I can see why you would think that, but in this case, the G doesn't make a sound.
That's dumb. Why?
Oh, common makes no sense. Yeah.
Common is Dwarvish is so much easier to read.
Probably.
I'm not I didn't make up the language. I'm not disputing it.
Disputing whoever wrote this.
I mean, there's the I before E except after C thing. It's just it's a clusterfuck,
I is the one that looks like a little cup.
No.
That's a U. Or a W, depending.
That's
kind of like 2 cups.
It's a shape of a letter. It's not U. It's just called a U. is
Right. U is YOU.
right. Yes.
I thought I was spelled PE. I'm spelled YOU. That's how you spell peony?
No.
I'm not a good teacher.
I need Daisy May for this one.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough.
Also need Daisy May for this one. No offense.
None taken.
None taken.
I mean, Paige said we're good to take the books. Do you want to take that one? I'm sure we can just put it on our book list tab.
Yeah, okay.
Back to the warehouse.
Okay. Any stops along the way or heading straight back?
Tassers. I'm kidding.
You can. Okay.
Good.
You all meet up back at the warehouse, kind of coming in at different times. I would say you all probably make it back before Pry does, actually.
You hear Groker's just laughing like a madman because I'm looking through Schubert's eyes as he flies. And so he's going like like you hear him just like making these eyes closed with like an arm and hand on Artemis's shoulder, so like he doesn't like fall over. But yeah. He's living his best life right now.
What's going on?
Well, Schubert is now
Grokus is high.
Oh no.
Up in the sky.
Oh goodness.
With Schubert.
With Schubert. Mm-hmm. He's seeing through Schubert's eyes.
Do you guys do shrooms? Did I miss something?
No.
I mean, shrooms taste good if you put them in a salad.
They do. So he's inside Schubert right now.
Yes.
Okay.
Somewhat. Yes.
Dope.
Mm-hmm.
Can he make it stop if he wants to?
He can. I don't think he wants to right now, though.
Sorry. That was wow. You guys flying is incredible. Like walking is awesome, but flying is it's a whole nother. Hey Ron, Peony. Hey, hello. Sorry, just was up in the air for a second. So yeah,
we've been gone for like 45 minutes, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, you've been going for a couple hours.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Whew, I was like, that's so fast to be flying.
Anything interesting at the library?
Yeah, we found these two books. One says that pretty much Pro, who Fred is claiming to be, is the goddess of mysteries and secrets and the patron saint of thieves and children. And then this other book says that Pro was one of the gods that wanted to trap Stiff. So it's kind of confusing that Fred claims to be Pro got caught up in all of this when she wanted to do this in the first place. So,
well then,
I mean, I think that kind of,
and also that her biggest joke is when the gods become mortal or something like that.
Entering the flesh. Well, and I've never got that Ender would want to come down, at least from what I've felt. So, news to me, that'd be wild. Huh.
So I'm pretty sure Fred is lying.
Oh, 100%.
Tracks.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, the bird kind of was, I think, the biggest tip on that, but
it was a solid sign.
It was. Yeah.
So yeah, I guess.
So then, no going to the. So we're not going to the tower. Then I imagine.
Well, it seems like a bad idea. I guess we should just be on the lookout for somebody who can do all of the stuff I can do and possibly be maybe not a nice person, but a worse person than me.
Whoever it is, they can never have your style, though, Rana. So what they do, they'll never have that style.
So, yeah.
Maybe we should keep an eye on the tower just in case someone decides to go.
That's probably a good idea.
We can booby trap the area around it.
Oh, we could.
Is Pride back, by the way, too?
I was gonna ask that.
Probably about, we'll say she's joined up mid-conversation.
Okay, she opens the door like quietly to make sure it's the correct people, and then is like, I come bearing prune juice and cookies and donuts.
Yes.
That is the weirdest combination of things.
Dr. Zeb?
Prunes. What do you mean weird? Like a prune
Not
mustache.
weird.
Hey,
A prune mustache?
What do you mean weird, lad? This is how else do you keep balance? How do you keep balance? This is the best way for your digestion to have balance, okay?
Yeah. I eat my fiber.
Try some. You can drink some. Here you go, lad. You need some.
No. Thank you.
Crocus, can you make a con save for me?
Because you get advantage on those, I think.
Does Petey also need to make a con save?
Nope.
Oh, prunes? Okay.
No.
Oh, that's a 6.
Okay. For the next 48 hours, your mustache has been dyed purple from the prune juice.
Oh.
Okay.
But it's not bad.
Boring.
Okay, that's not
Don't say it's boring. He'll do something worse.
And also, you're going to have the shits for... No,
There it is.
No.
That's balance happening right there. You hear that grumbling? That is just balance happening. Okay, that is balance. That's balance.
So what else did you do, Pride?
Also I tried to listen around town, but could not get too close to anyone. I ordered some new clothes for myself. Also, can somebody check these? And she pulls out the 2 coins that Tasser handed her. Because Tasser had them and then gave them to me. I don't know if they were my original coins or if he switched them. And also I left an hairpin in his display case because things are weird there. And I don't know if anybody can do anything to like see through the hairpin like you could see through Schubert. But, just in case I left it there. And he's having weird... problems. I don't know. I think that this is not a rat problem, but he seems very convinced it is a rat problem, but he does not think it is a realm shield level rat problem. But also all of the cats that he got to kill the rats were killed, and so he wants our help. So
to kill the rats?
I don't think they're rats, but I mean, I would assume that he is being targeted by, someone else in the Blades because they are all, mixed up now. But he was very flustered, and these pastries were very dear because all of their supplies keep being eaten by the rats.
And he didn't know who you were?
Oh, no. He was like, oh, I've seen you in here with the halfling that likes donuts, and I know your friends, and you were running around with Daisy May, and you've been around town, and I don't want to presume, but if you were looking for work, blah, blah, blah.
And he's just cool with us, even though...
I mean, I don't know if he knows that part of who we are.
Okay.
I'm good at talking to people, but not good at reading people.
That's fair.
And Grogus was kind of thinking about it for a second. If we can spare maybe might be kind of expensive, but if I pray about it, I might be able to listen in or even see into the store. I will need either some glasses to really see or something like a horn to really kind of hear better through it. But like I said, it may be kind of expensive, but that's if I pray about it, I might be able to do something like that. I felt the power and I'd be able to kind of to do that before. So just an option.
Can I cast detect magic on the coins?
Yes, indeed. The coins come back as non-magical.
Yep.
Okay, sorry. I thought I was being paranoid, but at this point,
It's
we've
fair.
gotten ourselves in a lot of
Probably
trouble
don't
in
I
like
can't blame you.
less than 2 months.
Yep.
Oh, we need to. Speaking of trouble, we do need to ask someone some questions. Shortly, maybe whenever.
Ah,
That's true.
And also, we need to get that other item. Can we talk about that item now? Since that thing is done with Elixio, are we free to discuss? Is that?
oh. Mm-hmm. Pride and I are just gonna walk to the other side of the room.
Maybe if we
Have fun.
help Tasser out with his thing, maybe he'll owe us a favor for whenever we handle that other thing that shall not be named.
Oh boy.
Oh Lord.
Wait, are we just gonna keep making friends with the next one down in the hierarchy to take out the one above?
Until they're all gone. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh, no.
Until it is only Daisy.
So backwards.
We'll get
No,
it
she
together.
said she doesn't want. She said she doesn't want to be part of the Blades anymore. She's out.
That's true.
True. And we're making sure she can never come back by destroying them one by one.
I mean, I hope we do take care of this other one pretty soon too. I mean, I think town deserves balance from both individuals. So we still need to get the Machino Malachite's able to repair that the item. Eventually we still have to install there as well. Yes, there's a lot.
It's not going anywhere, Malachite says.
True.
I mean, obviously I don't want it to get rained on too much, but we've got some time.
Good point, lad. Good point. Well, but we can at least ask some questions that maybe might help with the Lexio or might help with the person. I mean, excuse my my language. Don't mean that person. I mean someone completely different. Of course. But
Oh, we're on the other side of the room, or maybe there's like a second room to this building, right?
Oh, there's several rooms. Yeah.
Yeah, we scooted around a doorway, I think.
something great appears. Well, so should we ask them? I mean, like I said, we can always bring about asking some questions about maybe about Elixio that could potentially help.
Well, you could ask him if he knows if Elixio has any weaknesses and what they might be.
That's
If he
exactly
knows what Elixio is.
It's a good idea. So
What else do we want to know?
so much, but nothing that's pertinent though. But yeah, but that's the only thing I can think of though for helping the situation at hand is along the lines of what you're saying, just to see if there's any weaknesses. I mean, which I feel like you might know because I feel like they probably didn't like each other too much. So,
Well, Elixio was afraid of him for some reason.
do we know that? Would Grogus know that too? Did we all talk about that? I thought like Black Pride discovered that, or do we all know that?
Well, we called him on that because he was so reluctant to fight him.
Was I there too? Okay, I don't want to forget. Okay,
What, the part where he was like, you haven't seen him fight?
yeah.
I think it was just the three of us, but we told everybody
we're
that he
okay.
was afraid of Grobat. Yeah.
Okay, sorry, I'm an old dwarf, so I forget sometimes. That's true. And so then, I mean, we must know something. And maybe then he'll probably and hopefully through that reasoning, he'll be actually wanting to talk to us because he definitely did leave on the best of terms. So, but hopefully the mutual acquaintance will get his spirit talking.
Well, I think he has to answer the questions regardless, right? Doesn't he?
I don't. Let me. I had to pray about that for a second. Hold on. Goes into prayer. Pulls up D&D Beyond in the prayer form.
He does have to answer the questions. As the spell text reads, answers are usually brief, cryptic, or repetitive, and the corpse is under no compulsion to offer a truthful answer if you are hostile to it or it recognizes you as an enemy.
So he will answer, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be the truth. So,
got you.
But I feel like knowing, sharing such an acquaintance, maybe that might. So essentially, to take it with a grain of salt, I guess, but still wouldn't hurt.
Worth a shot.
So, but we can do that. But we can do whatever. I mean, we have the head. Peony has a head. If you don't mind, I think it's on the bag. Peony, I think you still have it. A whole bunch of garbage comes out.
Ugh.
Garbage. Oh, the head?
Where did you get that head? Wait a second.
It's
That's
a
not
head
even-
of cabbage. It's like
Oh. See, I need glasses. Okay. Oof. Had
put
me
a little
worried there for a
smiley
second.
face in it. I named him Wilson. I don't know why. Wilson. Because he'll be wilting soon.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah, thank you. Wilson!
Oh, got me.
Oh, Rodgers, are you okay?
That one got me.
Who's got 2 ears and no body? Robot does.
Oh gosh. Dude.
Ill sack.
Yeah, so you pull the head out of the bag of holding.
Would Peony have it or Malachi have it? I don't know.
I'm going to throw this one to you, Cheryl, as our resident science expert. In a place where there is no air.
Yeah, we talked about this. Would decomposition happen? It doesn't matter because Grokus cast gentle repose on the head.
Immediately
that's
after. Yeah.
Back to you, Andrew.
And the rug.
Okay,
Welcome
so science
to D&D
means
Science.
We did talk about this, and the question really comes down to whether the reason living things don't survive in the bag is because it's a weird extra dimensional space that just wasn't built for living things to live, or if it's because there's no oxygen, because there are anaerobic microbes, so bacteria and other microbes that can process things without oxygen, which is actually how the first life on Earth worked. Oxygen's a poison, kids. So if there isn't oxygen in the bag, but living things could live in there, and it didn't have gentle repose cast on it, it would smell awful because
and we're still within the 10 days, so gentle repose is still in effect.
But
anaerobic decomposition stinks real bad.
Still smells awful because it was garbage. So that's true.
It's true.
But were they touching? Because isn't it?
No, okay. We're gonna house rule it that it smells awful. But yes, a pristine, still with bits of blood dripping from the stump head
in a sack
comes out of the bag. Yes.
I have no unprocessed trauma here. None at all.
I can't take that. And
Does someone else need Probet?
Yeah, I'll hold on to it. And I'll take Penny's and generally say, you helped save a lot of people there, though. You overcame my weakness because I was too weak to provide a balance. So you did the right thing, Penny. We know so many lives we have saved. So you did the right thing. I'm proud of you. I think we all are. So, but yeah, are you okay? I've never seen Penny make that face before.
I'm fine. Totally fine.
Insight check.
What insight check?
I was gonna say the
Insight
last
check?
time somebody said I'm fine, y'all were like insight check.
Where's
Lie.
my see? This is bad. I'm gonna have to roll.
We got a nat 1.
Damn.
I got a 21.
I have never seen Peony better.
Yeah, she's got a pastry. Like, what else could she need?
All good.
Picture of health. What's
Picture
my
of health.
deception? Oh, it's probably
With a
gonna be bad.
21, I'm gonna guess that you see through a little bit of the. It's like the smile's there, but the eyes are like saying something very different.
Well, I just give a hug and just say whenever if you ever need to talk, like you told me one time, it's okay to not be okay.
She's fine though, dude.
Totally fine. I really want to go to the mines after this. How about anyone else? Anyone else want to go to the mines? I got Pinoti.
I'm down to go to the mines.
Yes, that sounds like a fantastic trip.
Mine's great. Yep.
And look at Ross. Like, of course she's fine. Of course, fine.
I know she
Fine.
is. Yeah.
I bushy dwarf eyebrows, like fine, fine. You see like worms like moving, just like
She's okay.
With the prune stained mustache.
yeah.
From the other room, you hear,
We might want to find someplace else to keep OD. Was there a different room in the mines or someplace else? Because if you all are not under contract with Elixio to work on the forge anymore, then I guess maybe you're kind of trespassing if we're in there anymore. I don't really know. All of this is kind of
Up in the air.
Well, he
walking
didn't
down.
say we couldn't be in there, so he didn't not say we couldn't be in there. So what he doesn't know won't hurt him, I guess. I don't know.
Oh boy.
Unless what he knows is a flaming dagger that someone's stabbing right into his heart and between his rib cage.
And speaking of the mines,
Oh boy.
I've been trying not to think about it, but
Do you guys want to come hear the answers to these questions? I mean,
yes, we do the questions. Yes,
you didn't ask or come up with the questions, so you're not plotting against him.
Does it count if we know so?
But can you ask? You can help us come up with questions for persons that to be a particular person. Like, what if we give you a scenario? We can ask, what kind of questions would you ask? So you don't have to ask him. We're going to, but just to help get ideas.
Crocus, these are our souls on the line.
Yeah, quite literally.
No offense.
It's a bit of a gray area.
Okay, I was just asking. We can ask a question. So we have does Elixir have any weaknesses?
And so,
And then
I guess that's more. I mean, otherwise, the only thing I want to ask is other things, but more dwarvish nature, so nothing pertinent.
I mean, we can ask. What's the harm in asking?
True.
I mean, we just have to wait 10 days till we ask him again?
True.
Yeah. Cool. Ask what you want to ask.
So I'm going to start burning some incense, get that kind of going. Start preparing dwarvish again. It's kind of all Matterhorn's kind of sitting around just the head. Kind of, and I'll put it on like a rug, so I don't want to be touching the ground, like some sort of like respect, so it wouldn't like dirty his head at all. But yeah, so I cast Speak with Dead.
As you finish the incantation, and the incense swirls and catches the air, and then through the nostrils, as somehow, magically, Brobat takes a breath. You see his face. Kind of like stretches his jaw almost like it's stiff or something. And then just looks, and his eyes lock with you, Grokus. And you just see his brow furrow in anger.
Well, he looks pretty mad.
Sorry this had to happen, brother, but I have no choice. All it's had to be done. but there is still an enemy that I think we both shared, Elixio. I think Elixio was afraid of you. How can we take Elixio down?
Elixio is a child. With one hand, I held him back as he swung his tiny fists in adolescent fury at me. You don't need to take Elixio down. He was never going to rise to the top in the first place.
Second question. So I'm going to follow question to that. What? So follow question to what do you mean to? So, do you mean that there's something in place where he's naturally going to? Well, did you? So I guess the question would: did you already set something in motion to happen to him?
Elixio is a coward at heart. He will run at the first sign of my axe.
So, would Grokus know dealing with demons and camions like that they do kind of go back to their own a place? Would Grokus know that just being?
I mean, you know from just conversation and everything that you know they have a link to the hells. As far as like, is that where he would run to? You don't know for sure.
I think Grokus would pick up on that too, though, because he said axe, right?
Yeah, he did.
And Grokus remember not saying an axe. I mean, because there's a sword. No.
Yeah, he used a sword against you all.
Well, so I think it would, and you guys can chime into any other questions. I mean, we still have 3 more, but I think I might just ask. I'm getting the feeling that he means that Elixio is going to run at first sign of danger.
Did he know what Elixio actually is? Because you know,
that's a good question. Let me. Did you know that Elixio was really a Cambion?
Effie says no.
If that was his nature, he never revealed it to me.
Insight check?
Well, I'd have to, which I'm going to, because can everyone hear right or no? I forgot how we.
I'd say that everybody can hear this. Yeah, you all can insight check if you want.
Yes, thank you. Awesome.
Hey, insight check.
You just can't be the ones to ask the question.
Yeah. Oh, it's been so long since I rolled an
18.
insight check. Great. Well, not the best, but not the worst. 16.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, as best you can tell from a severed head, he seems to be telling the truth.
For both of us?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.
He's useless to us then in regard to Elixio, if he doesn't know what Elixio can actually do.
So then, should we ask more about his handling and dealios in Floros? Maybe there's a warehouse we could raid.
Yeah, you could ask where he keeps the good stuff,
goodies?
Money.
Wait, can you?
Weapons.
Wait, can I? Oh, yeah. Repeating, I think you were saying something where.
Can you ask him about? He had a lantern on his bookshelf. Can you ask him about that? And like where he found it, maybe?
Pete, that seems really particular.
It is very particular.
Okay.
And that's the end of the sentence.
Okay, so I'm going to also have two more, so I'll ask that last.
Yeah.
I think you have 2 or 1.
I have 2. That was only I have 2 more.
Yep, you've asked 3 questions so far.
And so around, so he's just asking where we'll be able to find his weapons cache, something like that, right? Something like
Money, maybe money first. Money, more importantly. We could use some funds.
where do you keep your? Who should I say? Should I just say stash? Would that include everything? I think that's what the kids say, right? Stash. I'll just say coin.
Prized possessions, valuables.
Oh, valuables. There we go. Where did you keep your valuables?
All of Floros and all its people are valuable to me. My valuables are scattered across the sands of the coast.
Boo.
Across the skin.
That's okay, well.
Does he mean that literally or figuratively?
We can ask him in 10 days.
Yeah, I promise Pete he's able to go in and so just a lantern on his desk, you said?
Well, okay, no, look, don't look too close, but this lantern, and she'll like wiggle it in
can
front
they
of
see? Can the
Rovette's face.
Speak to the dead, can they see?
Yeah, they can see.
Yes. Can you explain this? I just point to the
where you found it in particular, where he found it, because I mean he might just say it's a lantern.
Okay, say yes. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say
that's what I was gonna do.
Yeah.
I knew it. You.
So what do you want me to say, Petey? I'm sorry. What do you want me to?
Where did he obtain this lantern? Perhaps.
Okay. Where did you get that lantern specifically?
I have no recollection of where mundane items are purchased. My people took care of such things.
Inside check. I would like to inside check.
Go for it.
21.
Can't talk anymore.
That flew straight out of my dice tray. 21.
221s. That particular lantern, he doesn't know where it came from.
I almost swallowed that.
You can ask Daisy May.
And you watch as his face goes slack and his eyes go 1,000-yard stare and he is inert again.
Okay, Malachi, do you want to keep the head this time? I know.
No, I do not.
I know.
No.
Let's hear.
No.
Somebody else have a bag of holding.
Your bag already has Robat blood on it.
No, it doesn't. Okay. Scoop.
I mean, I can hold it into like a sack or something, but if it's...
It needs to be in a bag of holding, otherwise it's going to eventually start stinking up the place.
So like a gentle repose to make sure that it won't, get to that point, but...
What happens if
you have to get back in the room.
We can't just... Huh?
Explain ahead?
Yeah, no, we can't, no.
Probably sticks her head around the door jam. We can come back?
We good?
We got nothing.
Oh, good.
Oh, wonderful.
Well, wait a minute, Peter. Why would you ask about that, though?
Ask about what?
What did she?
It's really cool looking, and I just wanted to know where he got it.
What? Insight check.
What? It is cool.
True, 11.
Should I roll?
Up to you.
Yeah, why not?
Based on whether you're being truthful or not.
I mean,
it's a half truth for sure.
It's a half.
I'd call it deception check, yeah.
All right, which of my pretty shall roll tonight?
You're like a squirrel just digging through nuts.
14.
Oh, you
Okay.
paid me, so I believe. Like, okay, well,
Robat did say something about his valuables being scattered across the shores of the beach, something like that. We asked him where he kept his valuables, and he was like, "All the people are my valuables." Blah 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 blah. But he did say that, so
So buried treasure.
possibly.
so
Woo!
Interesting.
another trip to the beach, I guess. Maybe this time I won't ruin this trip, but yeah.
So, what do we want to do? What do we want to do tonight? Do we go help Tassar with this thing, or
Well, can anybody see through the airpin with magic stuff? I don't know
I can
how
see
this works.
through-
Ooh. Like I said, I can print it, but I wouldn't need a hairpin. I would need something like glasses of a sort
Oh,
to see.
Oh,
Malachi
well.
glasses?
Well, I would need something else. I don't know. Those might actually work. Because I definitely need prayer, but I don't know if the hairpin would be necessary though.
oh, well, I mean, it wasn't a big deal. I don't know how this works, so I just thought I would do what I could.
It was a cool idea.
was.
Do we want to listen in on Tassar?
Well, I was worried that he was trying to trap us, although it did seem like he was like genuinely flustered. But also worried that the rats are actually some sort of, trouble that is being called down on him by one of his competitors within the Blades or something like that. I do not think this is a normal pest problem, and he did not seem to think so either, but also he was kind of flippant about it. It is somewhere in between no big deal at all, and I'm calling the monster hunters. Or maybe he thinks we will be cheaper than the Realm Shield folks,
Yeah,
and he
did
can
he
get
say
away
what-
with just paying us in pastries. I don't know.
Did he
Paying us
say
in
what
pastries?
he would be giving us in exchange?
No, but he did give me my money back because of the inconvenience of asking me or whatever. Although I don't know if 2 gold is really a good price for, figuring
It's
out
not.
the cat killing rats or whatever.
No.
I mean, I do have some plans tonight, but I can definitely help out, I think, with both. So,
You have plans?
yes, most nights have been a little busy, but which you are definitely welcome to come along with whenever you guys want to. I literally just go around and just kind of help where I can. So whether it's with the healing spell or just with words of wisdom and balance, whatever I can do to kind of help out around town. So I would definitely appreciate any help if you guys do want to come. That'd be pretty awesome, I would think. So if you guys want to, just say. It won't be great if you say no. I mean, sometimes, trying is good, so it's fine. But yes, so I can definitely make time to do both. So if you want to, you can check out these rats, and then figure out what we're going to do with the other bigger rat problem we have that's in the mine and the other bigger rat that's in the town.
Yeah.
Priorities.
I don't know. Do we want to help Kasser? Like, I mean, if we don't
No.
help him, then it will be awkward if we ever go in there for pastries again.
So
That is
if
true.
we help him
True.
now, he'll like us forever, and then he will give us free donuts and oatmeal raisin cookies for the rest of our lives.
But also, his entire bakery is a fence for the 3 Blades, and he is a bad guy.
Also that.
We take his money and then double cross him.
Feels like we'd be helping a rat too
I
by
have
giving
no
them-
moral qualms with this.
As long as there's free
There's some moral qualms, but she's trying to rationalize eating the pastries and doing good.
Pastries are a greater good.
The rats ate the cats. Maybe they'll start eating people if we don't stop them. We just enjoy pastries in the meanwhile.
Can't hurt for him to owe us a favor.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Price right though. Do you want people that owing us favors though? I mean, I don't know.
Better than us owing them favors.
Yes, with the stuff that they've caused though, I mean, I don't know if I want to even work with somebody who's caused that kind of we're gonna people that took down Crispin Hills. Like it's no. I mean, I wouldn't want to. If the group does, I'd definitely be down, but I don't know. I don't want to have done any kind of dealings with that. We're already done with one giant rat. I think that was still in the clutches of, so maybe I don't know. So
we're not worried about whatever it is, rats or not, doing anything else to any other people.
We can know. I was gonna say we definitely with rats, but I don't want to still like I definitely want to. If the rats are hurting other people, which I can ask around town too, that might help.
He said he was purchasing supplies to replace what was eaten from the other bakeries. So it sounds like, at least at the moment, it is only his bakery that is suffering. And he said it's been going on for the last 3 nights or so. So I suppose if we went in there, there's a chance that we could do a little snooping too. But it really depends.
It's not like we're killing people or I don't know, breaking people's fingers for information. We're just stopping big rats.
Well, yes. I guess my biggest concern was if this was being caused by an enemy would be like if it was Elixio being petty or something, then Artemis and I would have a conflict of interest. But
you could just ask him.
But you wouldn't know, though.
Elixio. Did you just send rats to Tasser's bakery?
I don't know. He might be insulted by that, and the last time he felt insulted, he was not very nice about it. So
wait, so you don't want us to ask them? Because I was literally about to ask. It's like, oh, it's a great idea, but I was like, well, wait.
I don't know.
I mean,
couldn't hurt.
Well, so
how much do we care about Tasser versus the mine?
Well, I mean that's
a no-brainer, I think.
But the mine, what's at the bottom of the mine can, with a bit balance up here with the people that are still living, I think, or should come first, and then the things that might not be living can be dealt with. That's just my sense on it, but I don't know.
So deal with the living things first, which is Tasser / Elixio, or Elixio / Tasser.
That's what I'm thinking. And so we definitely check out these rats. I mean, that's what you guys said. Like I said, the rats are, because they could pose a problem to the rest of the people too.
So then, if our focus is on the living, do we want to do this for Tasser, or just want to work on taking out Elixio?
I just want to take out, I mean...
What do we do with the fallout of taking out Elixio? Because there's be quite a vacuum.
Well, and there is already a power vacuum from the Silver Cloak guy being killed and from the robot being killed. Like, if too many more pins fall, the whole city could be in an uproar, which could be good and could be bad.
Let the people decide. I think, for better or for worse, might be the best option. I mean, still might fall per se. I mean, that's nature balance. But some things have to kind of fall. At least then they're making their own decision. It's not being pushed one way or the other. It's just falling where it may. So, but See, that's I don't know. Would definitely take down the big rats. That's my vote.
All right, let's get the rats.
We're just gonna go just now. It's gonna go. Just
Well, he said tonight, right?
The sun is starting to set at this point.
Yeah. So we rest up a little bit, take some time, and then head out.
Okay. So I'll be back. Then that gives us. What time do you guys want to meet up again? A few hours or?
Just after dark. Well, if the sun is going down, it won't be long till it's dark.
Should we?
Like an hour?
So we are going to Des house. Should we tell him before we just show up?
Oh yes, you can definitely.
I thought he wanted us to just show up.
You did.
Yeah.
Didn't he say to like come back and tell him? We can't just like B&E the bakery in order to like.
Yeah,
I mean,
he
so
kind
maybe
of
it's
implied
like
like,
some
let me
rats.
know what you want to
Yeah.
do. Yeah.
Oh,
Maybe Fry should go back and say the rest of us will be joining
But
later.
I'm very okay if y'all just want to kick the door down.
Oh.
no, we're here to help.
And the banner.
Extermination brought to you by.
I'm so sad you didn't pop the
tell us a
banner up during the
secret.
Brobat fight. I know why
Oh
you
my
didn't,
God.
Very dramatic, though.
but yeah.
Yeah.
It tells us truth. Remember that too.
He
Yeah.
does. He does.
I mean,
We
it would have
should've
just said
fucking
this boss
opened
battle
the
brought to
head.
you by.
By Andrew. Like, who's that?
Yeah, that's right.
Who is this Andrew fellow?
No, it always says by Winmar's Wizarding Wonders,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, Winmar's a true evil.
I am Winmar.
Winmar, wait.
So yeah, we just let Tassar know.
Mm-hmm.
And
Then so we'll meet up again in what time? In an hour, so right? 2 hours?
yeah, a couple hours.
A couple hours.
Perfect. Petey, do you want to go with me as I go around helping out town? I could definitely use a hand. And maybe a certain like dragons hen too. I mean, I feel like they can be a boon to helping out as well. Would you be
Field trip with Grandpa.
yes. Sweet. Let's go. Be fun. I don't know if
Can we
you follow
swing by
me.
the mine and feed Odie really quick, though? Because I'm
Yes,
scared
of
that she's
course.
going to try and eat something.
On the way there, we'll be helping people. There we go. So on the way out, we'll be helping people.
We could collect garbage for them.
Actually, that is a fantastic idea. That's a really good idea, actually.
So you
That's
both
really
get
fun.
pointy sticks.
Yeah.
Around collecting garbage in the streets, doing some public service.
Like the bag of the garbage bag is open
Yeah, just-
around the mouth of the bag of holding, and then when it's full, just shove it in.
That's clever.
Pull out the next one.
We're doing good. We're just getting like this one nice area, like it's gonna look pristine.
Yeah, there's one strip of just like where you've been. It looks like a lawnmower type thing where it's just clean all the way that way. But everywhere else, I mean, it's not a dirty town, but I mean, you know, yeah, there's junk.
It's
on the
getting there.
ground.
We're getting it. We're one strip at a time.
Yes, you all can hop down to the mine real quick. Because it's dinner time, the mine workers have kind of called it quits. You can pop in, feed
How do they get down without
I was gonna say we're gonna use some ropes. I was like, oh gosh.
Ropes,
No.
ropes.
Yeah,
Okay.
so there are ropes. Now, the area above where the ropes had originally been hanging was destroyed by the magic missiles. So actually what you see are new wooden structures that have been built around the edge of the hole, where the ropes are feeding up over pulleys that way. So there's multiple ropes going down more the side versus like
Ooh.
a central rope down the middle.
Oh, that's actually better. I mean, that's a less of a. So it's closer, right? It sounds like far out as the other ones were.
Well, it's closer to this side of the wall.
We can
So
say
you
this
need to get
side,
to
I
the
mean.
other side.
Okay.
So
Walk
Yes.
around.
They're taking the same way that Peony did when she went down to the mine by herself.
basically, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not gonna make. Yeah, we'll save the
Forgot
shenanigans
about
of going down the mines for another day. I'll say you get down there and back. Although things do look a little different, and there is kind of the, the aftermath of the battle there, for sure. So you can get Odie fed and pop back. What is everybody else doing while you wait?
Anybody want to come with me to Del Casar, or are we just magic mind messaging?
Oh no, let's go walk over there.
Okay.
Aranis?
Yeah.
Right.
All right. Pry, you lead the four of you, because Malachite's in tow, that direction. And come up on Tassar's just as it's starting to get pretty dark. And you can see there's still a light on inside. You try the door and it is locked. He's closed up. But through the window, you can see him kind of cleaning up.
I'll just knock on the window.
Okay. A very frazzled Tassar kind of looks up at you and then, kind of shuffles over and unlocks the door and opens up. Good to see you again. I hope this means that you're going to be helping tonight.
Hello. Yes.
Wonderful. Come in. I'm Tassar. Kind of shakes hands with all of you who maybe he hasn't met before. All right. So yes, the storeroom is in the back behind the kitchen. It's not a very large building. We've got the main area here, the kitchen, and then the storeroom. And that's where we've been having the problem. We've taken out most of the raw materials. Again, like I said, those have been carted off back to homes. But we did. It seems foolish, but we did bake another set of bread and scones for tomorrow because we're sunk if we don't. So I certainly hope that with your diligent eyes, we'll wake up to a fully stocked pantry tomorrow.
What are we doing this in exchange for exactly?
Terms, of course. This is a pressing matter, of course, and I need my business to be running. I would be very happy to offer you 200 gold pieces in exchange for this evening's work.
That's good for me.
Good. Here, and he kind of reaches in, pulls out, and kind of counts out real quick. There's 50 up front for your troubles, and then the other 150, of course, upon the problem being solved in the morning.
Okay.
So, what, we just stake out?
Honestly, I don't know. The first couple of nights we didn't have any watch, and then, like I was telling your friend here, my baker Tobias stayed last night, but fell asleep. So it's the damnedest thing. We haven't seen any chewed holes or anything. The door hasn't been open. We're not sure how they're getting in.
Well, we'll figure it out.
Good. All right. Well, I've got about a couple of minutes more of cleaning up, and then I'll be on my way. And while you're here, help yourself to a pastry if you get peckish in the middle of the night.
Will do.
Very kind of you.
Yes. Right. We'll see you in the morning. Excited to hear what the solution to the mystery is.
As soon as he walks out, I cast Mage Armor on myself.
Okay.
Don't trust
Prepping
him.
and ready. You hear him kind of sweeping up the floor in the other room, and then you just hear a voice, "All right, good luck, everyone. Good night." And door opens and ding, shuts and locks, and he's on his way.
So we wait.
I guess, Arpini, are we heading back at this point?
Yeah,
say we
I
should
think so.
And as we go back, Schuber kind of flutters like, oh, hello. So we got Schuber with us as well. Not Schubert, Schubert.
Schubert and Peony just chilling, vibing, having a good time. Petal's little, like
Schrubert got to fly before Petal did.
I know. Okay, her tiny little wings are still growing in. They're like flapping. Like I'm a
How heavy is your pet? How heavy are they?
Is petals like
Are they actually physical, right, or no?
Well, yeah, they would be. I don't know what creature size petals currently considered.
Mhm.
small?
Small. Okay.
Let's
Or
see.
tiny creatures?
I think tiny. Yeah.
So would it be?
You know what? I can just look at the stat block.
You want to know if Shrewbird can carry petal?
I mean, for science reasons, yes.
Or science.
Potentially.
She's a small creature.
Small. Probably no, not in that case then.
So like cat-sized.
You like a
Yes.
house cat, I think.
So approximately the same size as a skunk. And great horned owls can carry skunks, but I don't know if like a hawk
She's a
could.
dragon. She's thicker.
She's thick with triple C's.
Oh gosh.
She's a little more dense muscle. So, all right. So you all meet up back at the bakery. Peony and Grocus coming a little bit after, and now with the entire party in here, the door is locked, and there's a couple lanterns lit. And as you look about, you see obviously the main area where everyone kind of does their shopping and whatnot. The glass case that leads then to a kitchen, which has two large, like, kind of, I don't know what the right word for, like fireplaces or ovens, brick ovens. So two large brick ovens, and a few other like smaller kind of like cast iron stoves and ovens. But then through that door leads to a storeroom. And in the storeroom, a lot of it is bare right now because they, like he said, they took the raw materials out, like the bags of flour and yeast and things like that. But you do see lining one wall, there's an entire like rack of freshly baked bread of various types and scones and a few donuts that are plain, haven't been iced yet, and just kind of all prepped and ready for those first in the morning customers.
Is this a single-story building? Like there's nothing above this level, and as far as we know or have been told, there's no indication of a basement?
It is a single-story building. However, in the storeroom, you do see a trapdoor on the floor.
Can I pull out the pipes of the sewers and start playing really loudly?
Yes, you can.
I'll just expend one charge.
Okay, let's double check what that specifically does.
What kind of tune are you playing too, by the way?
Hot cross buns.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Oh my gosh. Like
I'm so happy.
That is so delightful for so many
Wow.
reasons.
I know.
But not like a child. Like it's the best hot cross buns you have ever heard. Like, ooh, is that a melody? Oh.
It's like not until 30 seconds in that you realize it's hot.
Yeah.
cross
Yeah.
buns. Yeah, like
They're
then
humming
it
along.
weaves in.
I'm like, man.
Yep. As you're playing, all of a sudden you all hear a little scratching sound. And you look over to the door and shoving its head under the door and wiggling the rest of its body through, you see a rat. And then a second one. And then a third. And before you know it, there are about 20 to 25 rats that have come from a couple different doorways. Like you saw two come up out of that trapdoor. They kind of pushed their head up through the corner a little bit, and the rest kind of flooded in. Assuming you're not all stuck in the storeroom, you saw a couple come from an outside door that leads out from the kitchen. So there is one exit from the kitchen to the outside, and then a few more come through like the main door. So they're getting in either up through the floor or through the main door. You're not sure. They're coming from multiple places and then congregating in the storeroom at Aratus's feet. And they're all just kind of like sitting there looking at him and like swaying to the music.
What on earth?
Bloody hell, Uranus.
Robots,
Well, I just wanted to see where they, like in between toots on the flute, I just wanted to see where they would come from, if these are actually rats. Now we know.
Look at their little
We
faces.
should guard those areas where the rats came through.
Agreed.
I say Sugar swoop down and eat one of them. Like, oh,
Kettle also goes for one of them. If only Odie was here.
Oh my god, it'd be a massacre.
I thought about it. I did think about it. That's why I wanted to go to the mines, but decided against it.
After kind of bobbing to the music for a little bit, all of a sudden the rats start to slowly break up and disperse a little bit, and couples start going up towards the loaves of bread, quickly followed by more.
Mine.
I'm gonna grab loads of bread. I'm gonna try to grab like as much bread that kind of. I guess. I mean,
I tell them to sit where they are. They obey my commands.
Can they really sit like I'm like sit like like.
The swarm moves towards the music when called, but otherwise is not under your control.
Oh.
What? Oh, snap.
Did you read the instructions around it?
Oh, but I missed that part.
What is the point
Can
of
you
summoning?
speak with animals?
Oh. Can I use whenever a swarm of rats that isn't under another creature's control comes within 30 feet of you while you were playing the pipes? Oh, this is a different swarm, not the one that I call.
Correct. Yep. No, I would say that this counts. Yeah.
Yeah, can I do this?
So so you have to make a charisma check in order to get them under control.
Okay, I see.
Okay.
Get their good side,
It's flat charisma. 16.
16, and they roll a wisdom. So they have a +0 to their. So I need to roll a 16 or higher in order to. Come on, go to the right page. There we go. That's a 10. So the rats are starting to disperse and kind of get a little frantic and start to go towards the bread and the pastries, and you change the tune quickly, and all of a sudden you bend their will to yours. They become friendly to you and your companions as long as you continue to play the pipe and they obey your commands.
Yep. So yeah, Uranus is just playing. There's nothing else you can do.
I mean, they're kind of like furry dogs. I mean, Grogu's kind of like, okay, they're there. Like, just scratches one, just okay.
It kind of leans into it.
Well, I mean, it's like a dog, I guess.
They're actually pretty friendly and smart, and they clean themselves like little cats.
George, I'm eating though. Wait, hold on, stop. They're friendly now. So we're just waiting to. So is this a problem then? I mean, what's this?
We don't know.
Where are you all at the moment?
Is
everybody back in the storeroom?
Did we say we wanted to guard the different places where the rats had come in from?
Yeah, that we did talk about.
Yeah, I just need to know specifically what doorways you're at and things like that.
I'll be at.
Well, you said there was the front door, the door out of the kitchen to the outside,
right?
The trap door, and then where else?
Well, okay, so there's the front door. There's the door from the front room to the kitchen. There's the door from the kitchen to the outside, the door from the kitchen to the pantry, and then the trap door out of the pantry down below.
Okay. Well, we could leave the two interior doors propped open, right?
Should I go on the roof and see if maybe before the rats come in, if I can see anybody outside trying to hurt them in?
You could, yeah.
And then I'll just, once the fight starts, just drop inside.
Okay.
What fight? This is rats. I mean,
I'm just saying.
Uranus is going to be like in the kitchen.
Okay.
Kind of middle-ish.
Yeah, you can totally make the rats cook food and do all sorts of cool stuff.
I'm going to ratatouille them. That's what I'm doing. Uranus is trying to make them.
They're baking.
You're having very mixed results. The rats are not terribly dexterous.
Amazing. I'll be in the front, like the sales room
near the trap door, I guess.
Yeah, I was going to say I was going to be near the trap door as well.
Okay. Sounds good.
And where's Malachite?
Malachite will hang out in the kitchen as well.
Okay.
All right. So with everybody kind of positioned, you wait, and Uranus, it's going on for quite some time. You are a bard, so you very much can play for a long amount of time. But that being said, like an hour hits, and you're still having to play on that pipe. So I would like you to go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, and I would do.
There.
If I knew it was going to play all the time, well, I guess next time I'll probably cast some enhance ability next time. If I knew it was going to keep playing and playing.
That's a 15.
15. Okay, I'll say that's enough. Your lips are getting a little dry, and your lungs are, you're starting to have to take deeper breaths, but you're keeping up the song, no problem. As you're all kind of watching your various doors, who's at the front? Like at the front door, Pry? Okay. Well, no, not a perception check. You're looking, and you see a shape, like kind of moving in this direction. Peony, you're up on the roof, right? So you see this as well. You just see
like down the street.
Yeah, like down the street, but like moving towards the bakery.
Okay. And they're not street lamps or?
There are, but this figure seems to be kind of keeping to the shadows.
Okay.
Now they are humanoid, small.
Okay.
On, cloak, on.
Yes. All things on.
Can Hawks see in the dark? I mean, Hawks, do they
You have to check
good eyesight?
you have to check the stats. Peony, you notice because of your vantage point, you see this figure kind of flitting and looking kind of suspicious as they do. But then your eye goes up a little bit past them, maybe 30, 40 feet down the road. And you're confused at first by what you see because it just looks like the street is moving and rippling.
What the fuck?
Until you look a little closer and you just see wall to wall, the street is covered in rats. Just moving this direction.
Peony knocking on the roof like.
Do I see that too, or just
Because
the
of the angle
person?
and the way the road moves, you see the person but not the swarm.
Who hears Peony knocking?
Yeah.
Do we all hear?
Only wherever you're knocking. Like, are you knocking on the front of the building, or where are you kind of stationed?
Wherever she can closest get to where she knows somebody is positioned. I guess Pry, since Pry's at the front.
Okay, so then
Just
if you're knocking on the front, then Pry would hear it.
Like a incoming. I don't know.
She's like, not like shouting, but speaking loud enough to like, this building isn't that long, right?
No,
so
it's
everybody,
not that big. It's like
everybody should be able to hear. Okay. I see someone coming down the street and Peony is knocking on the roof like something is wrong. I don't know what is wrong, but I guess get ready.
Oh, good.
Peony, can you roll a stealth check for me?
Yep. Have we had a long rest since
Yeah.
we fought Robot?
Some
Oh,
of us. Some of us.
Some of us have.
I had the long nap.
Yes.
Yes, you do.
I took a nice little brain nap because of that little face sucker. Good. What the fuck are they called? Face mask.
It probably was very exfoliating. It got deep in your pores.
Get deep in my traumas.
I'm realizing I never got myself a face mask that looked like the face hugger from Alien, and that
That
is
would've
such
been
a missed opportunity.
Aranis is going to stop playing Aranis is going to tell the rats to go down the trap door and go away.
Like just to hide in the cellar or to like leave?
Leave. I think he hears that something's coming in this.
The rats can squish their way out through various doors and whatnot. 18? Okay.
Is there a bell on the front door?
There is, yes.
Okay, Pry's gonna like hold it so it doesn't ring and like crack the door open to like listen and look out on the street.
You just hear and Peony, you are kind of watching the swarm and you're knocking for Pry, and then your eyes go down to where that figure was standing, and there's a glisten of moonlight, and you catch the reflection of their eyes as they are staring directly at you.
Oh, fuck.
as they rolled a nat 20 on perception.
Oh fuck!
Oh, whoops! Oopsie, goose
Can
cut.
And you just watch. You're not there, Ron. Sorry. You just watch as they take a step back, and all of a sudden you hear that sound of all the rats goes quiet, and then you see them take another step back into the shadow.
On a fire.
You're gonna shoot at them.
They might be nice.
Okay, go for it.
Did I see the person stepping backwards?
You saw them stop and step backward, and you heard
And
the
I-
skitter stop.
Stop. Okay. I'll crack the door open a little more.
Pretty lethal. You know, maybe I just knocked them unconscious.
Maybe you do.
One shot.
She does the thing where she like pins their coat to the wall so they're hanging above the ground.
Yeah.
So unrealistic.
We're playing Dungeons and Dragons.
The hell am I all my D20s at?
You gotta tell us.
Where's my lucky one? There you are. Yeah, does a does a 28 hit?
Barely. Barely.
Barely.
Barely.
Okay, don't mind me. Petal's gonna. I think I will not have Petal spit on my arrow.
Okay.
A little restraint, as it were. This is just a friendly hello
Okay.
of 11 damage,
11
non-lethally.
damage.
Yeah.
Okay. You watch as your arrow finds its mark, and you hear a yelp, like a very loud, like almost like a dog being kicked or something, like yelp. And then you watch as the figure crumples to the ground and rolls over, and then like disappears. Like you see them roll over, and they like fall into a shadow, and then you don't see them anymore.
Can I run out the door in that direction?
You can. Yep.
Okay. I get to the last place I saw them.
You don't see anything. You just hear, and like you now kind of coming up on the crest of the little bit of a hill, you just see the remnants of what looks like hundreds, maybe thousands of rats just scattering into alleys.
Oh, God.
She'll like pat around in the shadows a bit and like look down whatever like alleyway or whatever that was, just sort of, you know.
Yep, you don't see anything.
What?
Peony from the roof.
Did Artemis and Grokus hear that? Because I imagine this was like
You probably would have heard the
It's like
door being
waiting.
thrown open and people running. So yeah,
Yeah.
at this point, people probably, I would guess, know something's going on.
Oh. So yeah, so I guess we'll get up and run out. Side try to see what the hubbub is.
So you shot a shadow person?
I guess it hit,
Mm-hmm.
but they had thousands of rats behind them.
Mm-hmm.
Thousand.
They definitely saw me and then
Oh.
started walking away. I was trying to see if I could, but then they vanished into shadow. So
Can I do a perception check for blood?
Yes, and, make that investigation.
Investigation.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
okay.
kinda-
But like the two of us can show him where they
yeah,
fell.
can
for
Peony
sure.
Yeah,
assist Uranus?
Yeah,
given that
no,
she's
someone can
on
roll
the-
with advantage if
And
most
I'll cast guidance too. I'll tap. Who's
Okay.
ever doing it, I'll cast guidance on them.
Plus a D4, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
That's blood. 13.
13. You do find blood. You find just like normal red blood dripping on the ground.
Peony, can you track this?
I could try. Might I try
Yeah,
to track?
roll a survival check to see if you can't figure out kind of where it goes to and follow the trail.
Can I have Petal assist me?
Sure.
She's my sniffing
You can
blood
do it last
dog.
D4 as well.
Oh yeah.
As Trooper kind of lays his talons on it because they can do it through touch, so you get it from him.
That's a D6. Oops. Hold on. Where are
How
you?
did I roll a
There you are.
5 on a D4?
Well. 26.
26. I mean, you follow the path. You see a larger splot of blood where it looks like somebody like fell and like rolled in it. And then you see like 2 or 3 splotches of blood that are headed in a direction kind of following that angle. It's toward a nearby alley. And then the blood trail stops.
Hmm.
Are there any manholes by where it stopped? Or...
No, there is not access to the sewers nearby. There's just this alleyway that kind of goes deeper into the lower levels. Doesn't mean you can't keep tracking, but you would have to be looking for something other than blood at this point.
Are there any scuffs or footprints or anything?
Make a survival check.
This D20.
And I'm going to have Schubert kind of fly around the area, kind of circle by. I'm going to describe to the mental connection. So
Natural 20, bitches. What's up? With 26.
Okay. You don't see any more blood. What you do see is a small, like almost like a keg size, or like a growler size barrel that has been knocked over. And there was like sawdust in it. And in the sawdust, you see a singular footprint. It's like a rat's foot, but it's 4 or 5 times larger than any rat print that you've ever seen. And it kind of continues down towards into the alley.
Penny continues down after the rat man.
Yeah. You guys go for a little while longer.
And I'm flying to help too, so if we can like help with the sights, see if it's advantage on anything with perception.
Yep.
It didn't say about dark though, so I'm not sure that's inhibited at all. It just says there's advantage on perception.
You keep looking about, and you see a couple bits where like sawdust like trailed off of this creature's foot. But it takes a turn into another alley, and then the trail dies there. And you spend some time. It's a nat 20. You spend some time looking about, being thorough, and you're pretty confident that, while you know the general direction this creature took off, it's covered its tracks, or it's gone in a place where you can't track it anymore.
Could say have gone up.
Maybe.
But
they seem kind of more inclined to.
When you say that she like scoured the area, like including no sign of climbing.
With a nat 20, I'd say yeah. I mean, you're pretty confident that like the trail's gone cold here.
But they didn't climb, or we just know what happened at this point, right?
You're just not seeing any. Yeah, you're not seeing any traces.
I'm gonna soul my hand for a second. I'm gonna look through Schubert and see if I can see anything on the rooftops and see has that upwards vantage point he's been flying about. Do I see him on the roofs at all?
You do not. Not on the roofs, no.
I think we hold our hands up there too. That's hilarious. Role playing.
Does your mind message magic only work on people you know?
That is a good question.
That is a valid question.
Cindy.
To a creature,
I think you have to be familiar with the target.
Yeah. Well, describe them to me. Make me familiar with them. What were they like, Beanie?
Like shadowy, very flitty.
Well, you saw their eyes, right?
Yeah, shiny eyes.
And we can describe their height and their like movement style and stuff, right?
They're yellow. We have their blood.
You got an outline.
Yeah, can we still?
We have their blood.
Kind of touch the blood as well, but
They have rat feet.
Tastes like humanoid blood when you taste it.
Well, that's how I get to know somebody, you know. It's just, I mean, hey,
I mean, in Korea,
remember.
your blood type determines your personality. It's a very important thing to know. So, legitimately, it's like zodiac signs determining your personality. If you're a type A, you're a certain personality type.
Like zodiac signs. So
Yeah.
a completely legitimate science.
Yeah, completely legitimate science.
So I'll definitely try the sending. I mean, I'll just see. I mean, might as well.
Okay.
I'll definitely try.
Roll the D100.
D100.
Hey. Lord.
What's the chance?
Chances are not 0.
You have a 5% chance.
Hey,
So 96 to 100.
the odds are low, but
Yeah.
never 0.
Wow, so close. 92.
92!
Are you kidding?
You get the person's cousin.
That's tough.
Unfortunately, your sending does not reach any ears.
Oh,
Damn.
Wow.
I was close. Damn. I only
Can't
gave you that because of the
guidance
blood.
that,
That was
we?
a very clever thought to use the blood. But you do have its blood for whatever other purposes you might want.
Should we watch Tasser's Bakery for the rest of the night?
Could
That was
somebody
also
have
like
inspired that?
About all we got.
Or flash of genius to that?
No,
Mm.
no,
Or-
that's a pure
or
that's a
any
pure
other-
me giving a chance on something that should be impossible. So,
Are there any other bakeries nearby?
not on this side of town. There are a couple on the other side of town, and there are a couple on the top shelf. The lower shelf doesn't have a bakery per se, but it does have people who sell baked goods at the bazaar.
Are there any more rats? So when the rats left with them, right?
Yes. Yep.
Would it be possible to have Schubert kind of track the rats as they're still scurrying back? They kind of follow where they're going to see like where they might be, what correct might be going into. Would that be possible at all?
Potentially, yeah. Schubert would have to go around and look. Yes, Uranus.
Can I call another swarm of rats?
You can expend a second charge.
Yes. So I'm gonna do that, and then can I do the charisma check?
Yeah.
thing?
So you start playing the pipes, and out of various alleyways and even out of a couple buildings, a swarm of rats appears. And so they'll roll.
I got a 21.
That beats a 13. So the rats kind of are a little kind of all over the place, and then all of a sudden they stop and turn towards you.
Can I like make a head nod to Peony, and like command the rats to give her their attention?
You can. The rats are only going to obey your commands.
That's true. Yeah, I'm just to face her.
Sure. Yep. They all turn and face that direction. They click their little boots and make a military turn. So they're now facing Peony.
Can you talk to them?
I shall speak with the animals, I suppose.
Ah, okay.
Artificer magic.
Yes, definitely artificer magic and not my primal awareness of feature giving me access to a spell. Salutations, little friends. What great tidings to you. I saw earlier that there were many of you in the street following a person. Could you tell me a little bit about the friend who had the cloak and was tall?
Can I
And
play
went,
a
like,
song that puts
in-
them in like a telling mood?
Why is she squeaking?
Okay.
Squeaking, squeaker, squeaking.
Squeaker.
As you deliver this address to the rats, all of a sudden there's a little ripple in the swarm as a rat from the back makes their way kind of up through and then takes a couple steps in front of the rest of them. And you hear a voice back, Peony, that says, "Verily we greet you, fair maiden."
Yes.
We are but humble beasts here in this large city, looking for but a piece of measly morsel in order to provide sustenance to our grumbling bellies.
So happy.
For several nights, we have dined upon the finest of baked goods, the finest of sweet treats, in relative peace and harmony, until tonight, when we were rebuffed at our dinner table. The one you speak of, the monarch of rats, he provides all of us. He kind of turns and announces, like more motions to the rats behind him, with these very grand little gestures with its paws.
I think Peony is on one knee, like, like a knight.
Yes.
Too.
Alas, should he not return, we would be reduced to fighting for scraps, digging through refuse and garbage. We implore you, oh fair one,
My cheeks hurt.
do not interfere with the monarch's rule, or he brings tasty treats to us all.
Fair representative, I would love to query as to where we might speak to the monarch so that we might too be in favor with them.
The monarch,
we wish to parlay.
The monarch holds court nowhere and everywhere. The monarch calls us with magical song to their side, and then presents, verily, a smorgasbord for us each night. We know not when or where the monarch comes from, only that they are benevolent and kind and good.
How
And
long
very good at reaching the tall things.
Mm-hmm. Yes. We almost have someone who can doth reach the tall shelf.
Indeed. He just nods solemnly, and all the
Sagely.
rats nod along, indeed, the tall
The
shelf.
tall shelf. The tall shelf. How long has the monarch been in Floros, or does the monarch travel often?
Oh, the monarch has graced us these last 7 moons with their presence. Before that, we were but gutter rats. Now, we are kings and queens.
Did the monarch guide you to the same table each of these 7 nights, or did perhaps was the bounty spread across a wide field?
Oh, wise fair one, you see through the veil of time and space and see our plight. We started but at the beginnings, at the lowliest of tables, and over these last 7 moons have worked our way up, up, up to paradise.
Is there truly no place that one might seek to try and parlay with the monarch? For I simply am so overwhelmed with a need to meet the monarch. Is there no place you might even suspect that they might rest? For a monarch must sleep.
Though we know not where they lay their head at night, perhaps an offering to the monarch would provide them reason to exit their chambers and parley with you.
Is there a particular place that one might leave an offering for the monarch that would be best received? And also, is there anything of particular favorite that is a particular favorite of the monarch that we might bring to appease them?
The rat turns, and you just hear talking with him and several other rats. All the rest of you just hear squeak, 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 squeak.
It's disgusting. This whole thing is disgusting.
Rats are actually very clean animals.
Turns back around and says, perhaps an offering could be given in the fair city of Amphia. And you just hear the entire rat chorus go, Amphia.
And where might we find Amphia?
Amphia resides below the overworld. In a world all its own. A world and a kingdom of our design.
I would love to go. Where might one... Is Amphia of an appropriate size for people of perhaps my companions and I's stature? I should not wish to intrude or destroy your homes, should it prove to be too.
Though the halls of Amphia are vast and grand, you do bring up quite the valid point, fair one. For your paw size vastly outgrows that of our people. Perhaps, much like the monarch, you can assume a different form in order to walk our halls.
Unfortunately, I do not share that great gift that the monarch does have. Could I perhaps... Is there perhaps an entrance to Amphia at which I might leave something? An entrance to Amphia that is accessible to someone of my stature so that I might leave something for the monarch there.
Turns back around, squeak, 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 squeak. Turns back to you. The path to Amphia is a sacred secret. However, if you were to provide me your trust, I would be happy to bring such an offering with a message to our fair city in hopes that the monarch might give you an audience.
I think that would be a welcome exchange. And I hope that... I think Petey will pull out a loaf that she definitely took from she just took 2 loaves, so 1 loaf.
They all go nuts. They lose
rats.
all their decorum and you see the main rat like, hold, brothers and sisters, hold.
This loaf is for you all as a thank you for your information and your time. And I have another one that I might ask that you bring for the monarch. And give me but a moment while you all enjoy this small fragment of a bounty that I'm a small fragment of a bounty.
So there is an offering to come, but this is for us.
This is for you. Yes, an offering to come. So while you consume, I shall confer with my companions as to the best way to leave a note for.
Drops his arms. Get it, boys! A whole swarm just goes all over the loaf of bread.
Looks like meat's back on the menu, boys.
The loaf is gone. That was a second. What in the... I think I blinked and
Okay, so real quick. So the big lad was, as they call the rat monarch, and I have entreated with our good representative here to see if he might bring an offering to the monarch so that we might talk to the monarch. But I need help with a note because the most I can do is draw a map of where we want to meet them. And I don't know how to write words. So help.
I can write it down for you. But what do you want me to... What should I say to this? What did you call them? The
monarch?
Monarch? What should I say to this monarch?
Something like this.
My eyesight, Petey. No,
Sorry for
Hurdy.
Sorry for Hurdy.
sorry for Hurdy. Want to meet?
hurting. Oh, the whole. Oh, because the air. Oh.
So I would like to say
you
something.
apologize for the arrow. We thought you may have been an enemy, so apologies for that.
But maybe they don't read common. Maybe they're like me. So maybe will the map of Floras that we were given. This circle. Where do we want to meet the rat monarch?
I mean, anywhere they want to. I mean, I guess it'd be wherever they feel comfortable.
Well, we have to know, so we should probably say, what if we meet in Daisy May's warehouse?
Why not?
Okay.
Should we just? I don't know if it's good to always be bringing everything and meeting everyone there, or it's not going
This
to be
warehouse has
secret.
a lot of foot traffic lately.
It's not going to be secret anymore.
Maybe Tassers. I mean, he already is aware there. We can come there at night when it's empty.
Maybe we meet close to Tassers? Like in an alley by Tassers?
Yes, I think that makes sense.
Or a park. Is there a park nearby?
The one we just cleaned.
There's not a park per se. There's some areas of town that are like less developed or whatnot than others. Like there aren't buildings, or there's buildings that are kind of like, not well kept or something.
Maybe someplace like that so that they can, because it seemed like they were comfortable in the shadows, so someplace that they can chill out and relax, and we can just talk, and maybe I will hide better so that they don't see me.
Okay, so
Do we know where that kind of place would be on the map?
like Gro's just like waiting, just like
Daisy May's where? I'm kidding.
Somewhere in that area. I mean, Daisy May's warehouse is in one of those areas of town. That's
Next to Daisy May's warehouse.
at a warehouse. Okay, so it's sort of a warehouse like near, not Daisy May's warehouse, like adjacent to it.
it just does like a Wes Anderson like slide over shot to like the next warehouse over.
Yes.
Yep.
That's it.
And while we're doing this, could I do a quick? I'm gonna burn a lot of incense. Like I'm gonna burn like a 10 golds worth of incense.
Okay.
And I'm gonna have Schubert. Okay, I'm gonna have you turn into something else now. Okay. I'm gonna turn him into a rat.
Ratbird.
I'm gonna pray. Yeah. No. Stop.
Ratbird!
Stop. The
Stop giving us ammunition!
So we're going to kind of get deep prayer, kind of burn. So we're going to hold on to burn up. So you guys see me burns with lots of incense everywhere, kind of make this nice little neat little circle around, burning incense around them. Say a quick prayer to enter about rats, which I never thought I'd be praying about. Enter, please, endow Schubert with the balance of being a rodent, because rodents are always bringing balance to cities, eating the scraps and helping to clean. So please.
And Schubert is in rat form.
Maybe this can help too. He can, maybe carry a message to the monarch as well. Maybe he can go with them.
Why not?
So,
Peony, you look behind you, and it's been some time since you talked with the Rat King. Most of the swarm has dispersed. There's a few rats that are just kind of like.
I haven't stopped playing.
Oh, you're still playing? Oh, okay. Well, you've been talking this whole time, dude.
to us, Casey's been talking. Casey's been talking.
I don't know about that. You've been offering suggestions.
We can understand the music. We can understand the notes. Okay, Andrew, like this is like connection.
I have an idea.
It's like the negative space of like, where you play so many notes, you like negative space words.
No, I don't know.
I will send you a video.
Okay. All right. So you've got a note and you've got a familiar rat. What are you doing?
So we're going to tell him to meet us near an adjacent warehouse. Should we go with him too? And it's supposed to be able to see as well. So hopefully he can relay a message to if we can get to them, because I can somehow communicate. But as long as it's close enough, I can communicate. So the pass on the message that we are friendly as well. So it's like a backup as well. Sending. So we'll do both. So send Schubert and also the message.
We have a companion that we wish that you might guide with you to see your most beautiful kingdom
Squeak,
of
squeak, squeak.
Amphia.
Squeak, squeak.
Squeak, squeaking. Squeak, squeak, squeaking.
All you're hearing is squeaks.
It's a 10-minute spell.
Yeah, this has gone on for longer than 10 minutes.
It has.
Can I recast it?
Yes, you can.
We have.
You just hear squeak, 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 squeak. That sounds perfectly acceptable. Yes.
Thank you for your time, your consideration, and your assistance with this most humble of tasks.
Might we inquire if you have any more of the baked goods for the trail as we return to Amphia?
Well, do you think the monarch would like loaf more or donut? Whichever one you think the monarch would like less, you can have.
I don't think the monarch would like a donut.
Then a donut for you all. Here, let me break it into little pieces so you can get it all more.
No, not necessary. Just drop it. Just
Okay,
drop it.
okay,
Drop it on the ground. Just drop it.
Schubert, dang. Whoa.
So Uranus is gonna let like half of the rats go, like the ones that Peony was talking to, and then he's just gonna give like a thumbs up, and he's gonna start walking towards Windmars and command the rats to be stealthy.
Okay.
As he walks, Uranus himself is just gonna look like he's just walking.
Yep, just playing his pipes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay.
Where are you going?
Artemis is following behind.
Thumbs up. Where are you going?
As Schrubert and the rats take the message one direction, and Uranus and his rats head another up towards the top level, and our camera pulls up to see these two parties splitting across the city. That's where we're going to end tonight and pick up next time.
What the fuck?
I want to see something. I just want to see
No
something.
more.
Not what I had in mind for what I was going to have to roleplay tonight, but here we are.
Oh.
Man, that's what D&D is about, though. It's awesome.
Oh, jeez.
The most noble of rats.
See, our viewers get everything, you know. They get like intense things. You get like, you know, awesome rat encounters. Like this is what it's about.
You get to watch Darby relearn how to play D&D in real time.
Yes. This is live. Awesome. Well, thanks everybody for joining us for this episode. We will see you next time for some more rat ventures. And until then,
With hopefully the full party.
with a full party, Joe, we will make Joe come back next time. We'll have both of our artificers. See you next time. Bye.